So to begin with our conference, the Center for International Education at La Salle welcomes our guest speakers, Teresa Rodriguez from Brandeis University and Bendref Desilis from MIEX here at La Salle University. And the title of the conference is on postgraduate options for La Salle students. Also accompanying us is Andrea Munoz. She's responsible for communications here at CIEL, and she will assist us with the questions and answers. I will ask Tere Rodriguez from Brandeis to begin with her conference, but first allow me to read a brief biography. Tere Rodriguez is the Associate Director of Admissions at Brandeis International Business School. That's located in Boston, Massachusetts. She's originally from Guatemala and has worked in the field of higher education for over 25 years in the Boston area. So I would like to thank Tere. We're very pleased to have you join us this afternoon, Tere. And if you can turn on your video and there you are, and share with us your presentation.
Thank you so much, Margarita. Very nice meeting you, putting a face to the name. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. As Margarita said, my name is Tere Rodriguez, the Associate Director of Admissions at the Brandeis International Business School. Very pleased to be here. I think that it doesn't let me share the screen. I think that I don't have the authorization. It says only meeting organizers and presenters can share.
Okay, could you please try again?
Okay. Let me see. Just put these. Okay. I just want to make sure that I have the right. Hold on. I have two screens, so.
I think your mic is off.
And we can see your presentation, but turn on your mic. Great. Ready to go, Tere.
Okay, you can see the presentation?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, very good. So I'm here, to represent Brandeis International Business School. We actually have a partnership with La Salle already for a few years now. Our partnership, it's specifically for the Masters of Arts in International Economics and Finance program. So I'm going to talk to you specifically about this program today and what the partnership involves. But obviously, I'm delighted to tell you a little bit more about the other programs, specialized master's programs that we offer. But I'll go over the presentation now and tell you in more details. The Masters of Arts in International Economics and Finance program is a 2-year program, and it's ideal for those students or professionals as well that are looking to go into a career that involves, like analysis in financial services, business, economic policy. We have prerequisites for this program, which are macroeconomics, and statistics. We enroll for this program every fall, which is, our semester starts here at the end of the summer, the August. Our program offers an analytical advantage. Being a program in economics, definitely it provides the technical skills and analytical expertise, to do analysis throughout all the concentrations that I'm going to talk to you in more specifics about these concentrations. You definitely will get a very analytical and technical skill set. It prepares the students, for finance, data, economics, and marketing and real estate. Those are the main focus of our concentrations. On campus, we actually, some of you might not know, but we are in the Boston area. So being kind of the Mecca of universities, we are one of the schools that has the biggest Bloomberg Business Lab. Students have access to this Bloomberg Lab for Economic Lab, just to part of the program or curriculum. It will involve doing a lot of work in the Bloomberg Lab. Our program, given the rigor of the program, is a STEM designated program. This is a particular interest to you, something that you might want to kind of make a note of, like for those that are considering to study in the US, and the STEM designated program for international students on an international student's visa. This makes you eligible to extend your optional practical training up to 36 months. So typically, the students get 12 months for OPT, which is, like they work after you complete the program. But with a STEM designated program, you are eligible to extend that period up to 36 months. It's definitely something you want to pay attention to when you're considering your programs. Talking about the curriculums, we being a 2-year program, during the first year, you will encounter, there are a few core courses that will definitely make up this program, which it involves managerial economics, applied economics, investment, financial analysis, and also launching your global career, which I will talk to in more detail later on, and applied economics, international macroeconomics, trade policy, and corporate finance. This is kind of like the core of the program itself. And then one of the things, the strengths about our programs is that we're very flexible. We offer like a big variety of electives, which, you can use towards creating your concentration based on those that we offer. Sometimes students, if they plan it well, they're able to do 2 concentration, depending on their interest. The program has a practicum requirement, and that actually can be fulfilled with an internship, a field project, or a research project. Concentrations, for the MA program, there are 5 concentrations: financial economics, economic analysis and consulting, data analytics, which is definitely a popular one given the interest in managing big data, marketing, and real estate. Real estate is definitely, being in Boston, definitely that offers a lot of opportunities, just because, Boston is a hub for real estate and financial companies. So as you can see here in the presentation, it kind of gives you a little bit about, what each of these concentrations will focus on, or what is the kind of the core of those concentrations. As I might have mentioned before, these are optional. You don't have to select one, but obviously there's a great benefit to kind of being in a specialized master's and kind of taking a big focus on one area. It's something you can leverage afterwards when you are going into the industry and kind of focusing on that aspect of an industry, and also that skill set that concentration can offer. As I said before, if you plan it well and you, with your academic advisor, obviously, you may be able to pursue 2 concentrations. It all depends on the sequence of the courses, on how you will take them. The Career Strategies and Engagement Office. You know, this is definitely part of the experiential learning component that the business, you know, this MA program offers. You students have access to the career office. You know, you are assigned to a specific career coach that works specifically with each of the specialized masters. This actually happens even before you come onto campus. There is a little bit of pre-work that has to be done before you come onto campus, and then there is actually also a component of the class that I mentioned within the curriculum. There is this class that is called Launching Your Global Career. It's offered by your career coach, and it's a requirement of the first semester. Definitely within this class, you know, you're going to be kind of honing those job seeking skills, you know, like making sure that resume is polished, making sure that you gain all the skill sets to do a lot of networking, because it's not only about the curriculum within the program, but it's also learning how to network with, you know, even the classmates in the classroom, the professors and members of the community at Brandeis, which includes, you know, our very engaged alumni, who many times invites our students into their companies. They also come out to the campus to serve as speakers, and definitely, you know, they also serve as executives in residence, kind of like helping the students, you know, prepare for interviews and for their job search after they complete the program. These are some of the events that are included here, happen within that, you know, the course that I mentioned before, Launching Your Global Career. Again, you know, continuing on to that experiential learning opportunity that our programs offer is the industry treks, field projects, and internships. We talked about the internships, you know, definitely those happen. The program is 2 years. So typically during the summer between the 2 years, the students will engage in an internship. They also, you know, could opt into doing a field project. You know, the field project involves, you know, the participating in projects, you know, with the advising of a faculty member and working directly with a company. So the students are collaborating with with the companies in solving a real problem. Definitely, this is a great opportunity to kind of put you, you know, front and center in front of an employer. These opportunities, definitely, field projects are very popular, so you have to apply for them. The same for the industry treks. I'm kind of going backwards a little bit, but the industry treks, it's another opportunity the students have when they're in the program to travel with the engagement office, you know, to visit different cities, depending on the industry that they're interested in. You know, we take students to major cities in the U.S., depending on the industry of interest, but also we have traveled to international cities outside the U.S., like Hong Kong, you know, which is also known as a hub for finance. We have taken students to Israel, to Tel Aviv, and also to Dublin, among some of them. So definitely there's always an interest on learning how to do business globally. So what better way than actually getting into the companies, learning about the culture there, and also about the opportunities they offer. The Hassenfeld program is actually a very stable program at the business school at Brandeis. Hassenfeld is one of the board members at the business school who definitely supports, you know, the idea of preparing our students with a more diverse, you know, mindset, like a global mindset. You travel to, you know, different countries where you will actually be engaging in countries with emerging markets, learning from the, you know, the country and also the industry, the companies there, and even educational institutions in many of the cities that we have traveled. Definitely, it's a very popular and very competitive program to get into, but something that we always encourage students to pay attention to, because deadlines, or application deadlines to get into a program come up in the first semester of the when the students arrive to campus. The Global Alumni Network, as I refer to them, a very engaged alumni network. Brandeis International Business School falls under the umbrella of Brandeis University, which is a top research leading university in the US, very well known with a great reputation. So we, definitely benefit from the alumni who stay connected and engaged with the school overall, not only with Brandeis University, but obviously specifically for the business school. They always want to give back, they want to, because we're small, relatively smaller than other schools in the area. This is kind of a very tight community. They always want to make sure that whoever is in the program, they always remember or they don't forget how the journey was for them. So they want to kind of transfer their knowledge or share their experiences in how, they did, to have a successful experience, not only during the program, but also after, when they complete, and, how they have applied whatever they have learned or experienced at Brandeis into the workforce. There is a mentoring, program. Again, it's part of what I was just sharing with you, that they stay connected, and definitely the mentoring program, a careers office, they actually connect students on a one-to-one basis to these mentors that they stay connected with us, at Brandeis. This is just a sampling of the, the companies where our students have gone after they have completed the program. We can see here, we have, different companies, consulting, financial companies. We actually, some of our students from a partnership, I recall there are two who are at JP Morgan, a very successful, story. They completed this program, and they actually did an internship at another company, but ended up, working after completing the program at JP Morgan. In terms of the application requirements, if you're interested, to be considered for the program, we are accepting applications for next year, starting in August 2022. Our application deadlines, we have different rounds. The most recent deadline was on November 1st, but we have January 15 is still a priority deadline for us, and March 1st and April 15. For international students, we definitely encourage students to apply the sooner the better, just because you have to also consider the processing time for your visa paperwork. So that's why, the first two deadlines are a key for, international students to consider. And we're able to work with you and offer any type of support with questions you might have about the whole process to obtain a international student visa. So the application is online. There's an application fee, which is waived for students from La Salle through our partnership. We require transcripts from all universities attended. What that is I know that for La Salle, many of you have the opportunity to study abroad. So if you studied abroad or maybe transferred from another university, we will need transcripts from all those schools you attended, including, La Salle, of course. The standardized testing, GMAT and GRE, it's an optional, we welcome it, but it is optional. We have become a test optional institution. So it can strengthen your application, like it perhaps, there are some grades that you might, or something that you want to compensate for in your application, you can consider the GMAT or the GRE, but it is not a requirement. For our international students, where English is not a official language, we require the TOEFL, the IELTS, Duolingo, or PTE, either one of those English language proficiency tests. We also require two types of essays. One is the written essay, which is really answering a question that you would know in advance, to develop your essay, telling us how the MA program at Brandeis will help you, how it aligns with your goals, and how the program will help you to achieve those goals. For the video essay, it's really just a recording of you answering a couple of questions about yourself. They are not academic questions. They're really just more about your personality or your demeanor. We cannot use this video essay in a way to, like careers mostly, like they kind of want to see the candidates on how they present themselves in terms of English language proficiency, but also presentation skills. Those are very important, in business school. So nowadays, with now all these virtual events that we're having, they're here to stay. In the US, actually, many companies are doing a lot of interviews through Zoom or many other platforms. So definitely the video essay is just like one of the components that might, that kind of helps you from the get-go to kind of feel comfortable being in front of the camera and presenting yourself. 2 letters of recommendation for the MA program. Since it's a pre-experience program, meaning that no work experience is required, we like to see a recommendation letter, one professional recommendation letter from a supervisor. I know in Mexico, it's common that some of you might already be working while going to school, or maybe you have an internship. You probably could get a letter of support from a supervisor or a colleague. And then the other letter would be academic. We would need a recommendation letter from a professor, somebody from La Salle. And the resume, definitely, listing any type of activities, professional activities that you have engaged in, or the study abroad, programs that you have participated in. So you will include that in your resume. Sometimes this is not moving, but here about tuition and scholarships. The program, the MA program, it's a 2-year program. The annual cost for the program is $56,500 US dollars. This is in US dollars. Through the partnership with La Salle, we, each of the students admitted into a program have a 25 scholarship guaranteed scholarship. So sometimes, depending on the caliber of the applications, some students have received more than the 25%. Because we have some merit, our scholarships are merit-based, so you can be considered for a partial scholarship up to full tuition, depending on the competitiveness of the application. Another way to, obviously we're going to go into questions, when the opportunity arises, but another way to learn more about the program and the other programs at Brandeis is to, stay connected with us and attend other of our events. I know this scholarship and financial aid information session happened today, actually, but we do offer one again in the spring. The alumni panel is is coming up on December 7. Again, as I said, I cannot speak enough about, our alumni who stay engaged and participate in different events for us. So they are coming. We will have a representative from each of the programs that we offer. So I encourage you to sign up to these type of events. On December 10, we will have a careers and resources and outcomes for the MA program specifically by the careers coach, Marcia Katz, who has worked with the MA students, for some time already, and is very familiar with, the program and also the outcomes, career outcomes that the students have had after completing the MA program. You can find, we will follow up with you if there is interest in signing up, but you can also go onto our admissions page and sign up for any of these events if they're of interest to you. And without further, that is it for now. I don't know if we will move into questions, or maybe the other presentation will take place now and then we will answer questions after.
Correct. Thank you so very much, Teddy, for your presentation. You've covered a lot of information. What we're going to do now is I'm going to ask Professor Bendref Desilus to present his presentation, but I will first read a brief biography of Bendref. Dr. Bendref Desilus is a professor at La Salle University in Mexico, and he's head of the International Postgraduate Program. He holds a master's and a PhD in social sciences from the Autonomous Metropolitan University in the area of international relations. He holds a bachelor's degree in economics. He's a member of Mexico's National System of Researchers through CONACYT. He is a visiting professor at the Institut Commercial de Nancy, the Nancy Business School in France. And he is presently a research scholar at the Levy Economics Institute that is part of Bard College in New York. Bendref, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me to be here and share with you some information that I'm sure you will like that one. For all of you guys that you will think about a Master International Management. I don't know if you can see my screen, Marguerite?
Yes,
okay. So these, I'm going to do it in Spanish, but I don't have any problem. If you have questions in English or Spanish, it will be a pleasure for me to answer you, okay? Muy bien. Ok, en La Salle, México, tenemos un programa, una maestría que se llama MIEX, Master International Management. And this is, es un programa donde incluye 7 países, ¿no? México, Brasil en América, China, Rusia en Asia, Francia, Alemania, Italia en Europa. And actualmente recibimos, déjame, ok. Ok, actualmente en México, en esta generación que recibimos, la mayoría son franceses, italianos y también de Luxemburgo y Portugal. Bien, ¿cuál es el objetivo de MIEX? Como hemos dicho, Master International Management. Es capacitar a los estudiantes para atender a necesidades de un mercado internacionales y empresas donde operan, como hemos dicho, un mercado internacional y apoyan a las pymes que desean impulsar su internacionalización. Nuestra misión es ofrecer a los estudiantes una educación y conocimiento de gestión internacional de alta calidad como experiencia comercial, prácticas a través de una red sólida y respetable de socios globales en Italia, Francia, Brasil, China, Alemania, México y Rusia, como hemos dicho. Bien, ¿cómo funciona esta maestría? Como han podido ver, la ruta. Es una maestría donde hay 7 países, como hemos dicho. El estudiante, al entrar en el programa, empieza principalmente en Francia, en Nancy, ICN, Institut Commercial de Nancy. y en septiembre cada año. Es una maestría que empieza una vez al año. Después de Nancy, pasa a Unibo, Italia, ¿no? Universidad de Bolonia. Ahí el estudiante también en enero ya pasa 6 meses en Unibo total. Después hace un fieldwork entre abril y julio. ¿Ok? Bien. Si el estudiante quiere, puede estudiar solamente un año, un fast track, se queda ahí, o continúa con los 2 años. Si continúa con los 2 años, el estudiante tiene posibilidad y oportunidad de elegir uno de los 5 países restantes, según sus preferencias, que puede ser ECUS en China, Shanghai, que puede ser ICN en Berlin School, en Alemania, en Berlín, o puede estar aquí con nosotros en la Universidad La Salle, México, o en MGIMO en Rusia, o va en Brasil, ¿okay? En Puerto Alegre, en Brasil. Entonces, después de que el estudiante inicia el segundo año aquí, 6 meses, y tiene otros 6 meses para hacer su proyecto para titularse, sea un caso de estudio o su tesis. Entonces, lo que sí es importante decir, obligatoriamente empieza en Nancy, después va en Italia y después el estudiante elige uno de los 5 países restantes. Después vamos a ver todas las materias que los estudiantes pueden visualizar antes de elegir a los países como segundo año. Bueno, ¿qué grado ofrece? Es muy importante. Como estudiamos en 3 países por lo menos, entonces hay que decirlo, hay 3 grados diferentes. El grado de Francia, ICN, el grado en Bolonia, en Italia, más el otro grado que el estudiante va a elegir. Ejemplo, en Italia va a tener el Master di Livello in International Management. En ICN, Instituto Comercial de Nancy, va a tener Master of Science in International Management. Y si va a Berlín, entonces es un MSc en Finance, Insurance and Risk Management and Brand Management. Si va en Brasil, entonces va a tener un grado de maestrado académico en Administración. Y si va en ECUS, East China University, Science and Technology, va a tener un MSc en Business Administration. Si regresa en La Salle, México es una maestría en Administración de Negocios Internacionales, y si va a Rusia es Master in Management. Ahora, lo que sí es importante, tanto ICN y Unibo es obligatorio, va a tener estos, y eso depende qué país el estudiante elige. ¿Qué quiere decir? Inmediatamente que se mete en esta maestría, por lo menos el estudiante tiene 3 grados. Es muy importante decirle, todos los cursos en esta maestría se imparten en inglés, porque si se dan cuenta, el inglés no es ninguno de los idiomas de estos países natal, ¿no? Pero el idioma que se imparte en esta maestría es inglés. Eso da la posibilidad, al terminar una maestría de este estilo, estamos hablando de un estudiante por lo menos que pueden tener 3 grados, 3 idiomas por lo menos. Y obviamente 3 grados también. Bueno, ¿cómo funciona el proceso de aplicación, ¿no? Para solicitantes de países fuera de la Unión Europea que tengan un bachelor, ¿no? Entonces regularmente es en junio. Eso lo llamamos ventana 1. Para la ventana 2 son solicitantes de países de la Unión Europea y fuera de la Unión que también tienen un bachelor, una licenciatura, y es para principio de agosto. Bueno, para nosotros es una gran satisfacción decir que este año MIEX México ocupa el segundo lugar según el ranking de la revista Expansión de MBA de tiempo completo a nivel nacional, ¿no? La mayoría de nuestros profesores son investigadores y la mayoría tienen lo que llamamos un doctorado en su expertise. Entonces, como podemos ver aquí, la Universidad La Salle, ¿no?, ocupa el segundo lugar dentro del ranking del MBA del tiempo completo. Aquí estamos nosotros. Bueno, Ok, entonces los alumnos que hemos recibido, hay que decir que es una maestría que tiene dentro del consorcio de estos 7 países que tienen 14 años, ¿no? Entonces, dentro de estos 14 años son las cantidades de estudiantes extranjeros que eligieron a México, que han venido aquí. Bueno, los datos de MIEX, bueno, actualmente son 60 estudiantes, como hemos dicho, que empezaron todos en Francia y después pasan en Italia y después ya eligen a sus países, ¿no? Uno se fue a China, opción 1 es China, opción 2 México, hemos recibido 12, un 20% casi, y Alemania, Rusia y Brasil. Bien, los alumnos que hemos recibido durante los 14 años, como han podido ver, vienen de parte de todo el mundo, tanto América, Asia, África, etcétera, etcétera, ¿no? Hemos recibido estudiantes en Luxemburgo, en Islandia, en Estados Unidos, Alemania, China, etcétera. Como acabo de mencionar, actualmente los 10 alumnos que tenemos, la mayoría son italianos, franceses y Luxemburgo y también de Portugal. Bueno, es la relación entre alumnos que vinieron, alumnos que enviamos en el programa. Es importante decir que la mayoría, casi todos los estudiantes que eligieron en México optaron por tener el grado MANI. MANI es el grado, como acabamos de decir, que da la Universidad La Salle México, que se llama Maestría en Administración y Negocios Internacionales, como hemos podido ver acá. Bueno. Aquí una de nuestras estrategias de crecimiento en el programa es para todos ustedes. A los alumnos que eligieron a México, la Universidad La Salle trata de darles trabajo y con unas empresas que ya tenemos convenios. Y esas empresas ya les aseguran un promedio de 15,000 pesos mensuales solamente para hacer su internship y después con la posibilidad de contratarlos. Casi podemos decir es como una especie de una beca. ¿Cómo funciona el plan de estudio? ¿Vamos bien? Cuando el estudiante elige irse a ICN Business School en Nancy, Francia, son las materias que están tomando, ¿no? Banca internacional, recursos humanos y organización, empresarial internacional, mercadotecnia internacional y gestión de marca, derecho internacional y técnicas de negociación y análisis financiero. Y son las materias que va a tomar en Unibo, en la Universidad de Bolonia, cuando se va a Bolonia. Y al elegir uno de los 5 países, como hemos dicho, que puede ser Francia, México, Brasil, Rusia y China, bueno, para el segundo país, si elige a Brasil, aquí están las materias que van a tomar, hasta les van a dar un curso, les van a dar también un curso de portugués. Si eligen a Rusia, aquí están las materias que van a tomar, de la misma manera les van a dar un curso ruso, de Rusia. Si eligen a China, en ECUS, East China University Science and Technology, son las materias que van a tomar, como han podido ver, lo mismo van a tener un curso de chino. Y si eligen a Alemania, en Berlín, School of Berlin, entonces aquí están también las materias que van a estudiar en Alemania. Y al fin, si eligen a México, aquí estamos, son estos 7 materias que el estudiante va a tomar. Como hemos dicho, aunque ven los nombres están en español, todos los cursos se dan en inglés. Bueno, al principio hemos hablado de alrededor de unos 15 empresas que ya tenemos convenios que nos aseguran el internship, las prácticas profesionales con nuestros estudiantes, y estos internships se pagan, ¿ok? Y al mismo tiempo con grandes posibilidades de contratarlos. No solamente son estos 15 empresas, son estas 15 empresas que ya tenemos convenios que sí les van a dar trabajo a nuestros estudiantes. Sin olvidar, en la Universidad La Salle hay bolsa de trabajo con muchísimas empresas para ofrecer sus servicios a nuestros estudiantes. Bien, ¿cuál es el proceso de admisión? Es sencillo, una carta de motivación, todo en inglés, currículum en inglés, una copia del título de licenciatura, una copia del certificado de estudios y una copia del certificado de inglés. Igual no pedimos un inglés elevado. Va a haber una entrevista, la entrevista se hace en inglés, es una primera entrevista, después otra entrevista colegial y armamos todo el paquete, lo enviamos a Francia para que ya puedan tener su carta de aceptación y así tramitar la visa europea a través de la Embajada de Francia para empezar, como hemos dicho, en septiembre en Nancy ICN, Instituto Comercial de Nancy. Bien, ¿cuál es el costo? Un costo bastante competitivos, ladies and gentlemen. Hemos tenido, si tú vas nada más por el primer año, estamos hablando de 8.600 euros el primer año. Si tú vas por full, ¿no? Por los 2 años, ¿qué quiere decir? Quieres el título de Francia, de Italia, más el otro país que vas a elegir dentro de los 5, entonces el costo es 12.600 euros, que estamos hablando alrededor de 13 o 14.000 dólares completo toda la maestría. Como hemos dicho, son triple grados que pueden tener. Ok, bueno, no sé si es la otra cosa que quiero agregar. Esta maestría, tanto en Nancy, Francia, todos estos países que lo integran tienen acreditación internacional, ¿no? La mayoría, todos nosotros tenemos acreditación internacionales. Y todos los estudiantes que ya después de Nancy van a Italia también van a hacer una práctica profesional. Es una maestría realmente internacional donde el estudiante no solamente estudia la parte de teoría, pero también en la práctica y hacen networking. Si se dan cuenta, es una maestría también donde se unen tanto países emergentes como países desarrollados. Tenemos casi los BRICS ahí, casi, ¿no? Tenemos a China, tenemos a Brasil, tenemos a Rusia y tenemos a México, ¿no? Son países emergentes que reciben mucho FDI, Foreign Direct Investment, inversión extranjera directa, y también tenemos a países desarrollados como Francia, Alemania, y también tenemos a Italia. Entonces es una maestría muy competitiva. Regularmente después de esta maestría, casi todos nuestros egresados ya encontraron trabajo y están trabajando. Bueno, por mi parte es todo eso. No sé si tienen dudas, preguntas para poder responder después. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Bendref.